All right, we got this cranked up. Let's go ahead with a big countdown. We had the explosions. I'd like to welcome everyone to episode 106 to Streaming Matters. Thanks out. Give a shout out to Rojas and Next Level who have sent all of their folks over here as they normally do, finishing up their show and rating my show, and that is welcomed. And thank you to the guys for promoting me and sending the folks over here. And today we've got CMan has joined us today to talk about his projects. We're also going to have DJThemes. It's going to talk about a few things. And Narcasist is in and out. He can't figure out if he wants to be on the show or not on the show. He's having some technical difficulties, but he'll be back. So he's jumping on the show. So we've got a good show today. I think today's going to be good. How are you guys, CMan? How are you doing?
I'm well. Thanks for having me.
Wow.
Glad to be here.
Honored to have you on here.
Absolutely. Great to be here.
Hold on a second. Narcasist has gotten himself sorted again, and it actually has an icon. So welcome back. Narcasist, how are you doing?
Awesome. Thank you. How are you?
Very well. Very well. I'm off for the next 3 days. Got a little bit of some stuff going on tomorrow but I don't normally get 3 days off, and I definitely don't get weekends off. So this is completely out of the ordinary for Dab. So I'll take it. I will take it. So awesome to have you. DJ, how are you doing, bud?
I'm doing great. Dabs.
Yeah.
All good.
You and I see each other. You and I pass on different shows. You've been on my show on a few times where I've maybe had a few too many drinks, but
so
I think
it's all good fun of a Friday night, that is.
Yeah, I want to say the last show I think was was it the engagement one, the 100 show?
Yes.
Maybe you were on the show 100.
Yes.
So yeah, so that's just a few weeks back. So welcome everybody. I'd like to thank everyone that's jumped in the show over here on the side. I see Chris jumped in. Thanks for joining us. Woods, Red, Octavia, Johnny. I see Michael who jumps in all the time. Thanks for joining. Blade, thanks for joining us. Sidekick, as always. Rojas, thanks, bud. Pepsi Cola Boy, thanks for joining. Mib, thank you for joining us. Thank you. Trooper, as always supporting everybody's channels. Thanks for that. XC-Tech, who is a gentleman I met a few years ago. The first time I met Blue was actually with XC-Tech up in Canada. We had our official Blue talked about that on the show. If you guys watched Rojas's and Next Level show where they interviewed her, and I think it was on yesterday. We had our Kodi convention. XC-Tech was there. And that was really neat to meet him. Simple, thanks for joining us. Red Lantern, thanks for joining. Slappy, what's it? Tesser? How's it? Tapser? I'm bad with names, so I'll be slaughtering some names. Tech, who lives right here in North Kakalaki. Mr. E, streaming apps. Jason, lots of the regular people. I'd like to thank you guys for all jumping in here, and thanks to see Albin back. He was in the hospital for a little bit of time, and if people watch my Wednesday show, he was on Play or Pass. We could not have 2 weeks in a row where we didn't have a Play or Pass, because the first week that we didn't have Play or Pass, he actually ended up in the hospital. He said, "Please don't skip another Play or Pass week." He says, "I'll be 6 feet under." So it's good to see he's back and healthy again. So lots of our regular people. Thanks for you guys joining in. And I'll start. I'm going to start with a few things that I thought we'd talk about, some of the news, some of the streaming news, and then we'll get into CMan so he can get his feet underneath him. And you guys, anyone on the panel, if you guys want to jump in with comments as I'm mentioning or talking about some of these topics, feel free. Because we're going to talk about a few of the some of these topics that I found that's interesting. All right, so let me share this tab. One of the things, I'm not sure, do any of you guys use the AF TV news websites?
No,
I don't. Not me.
Have you ever used Downloader?
Yes.
No.
All right. Yeah, well, they do they I don't know if they own it or release it. Hold on a second. Let me change the tab I'm sharing here. So you guys remember, if you guys have done any of the Fire Stick stuff, I thought this was kind of a neat little thing that they've done, and I am sharing the right link. Yeah. They've made it to where if you use Downloader, and anyone that's done the Fire Sticks, you've used this. It's the easiest way of doing it, I guess. And they've made it to where you can actually shorten your URLs. You actually can pull up. They have a link here, and you're not able to see it, but it creates a little shorten up thing. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Hold on a second. I'm going to share my whole tab and make it easier for myself, so it's not so much work. All right, so you see that, right? The ATF shortener.
Yep.
Yeah. So you can see you're able to put a URL in here. Let's say the Kodi apps one. Let's think. I know what I do. Let's see. I'm gonna type in Kodi apps. I'm gonna go to the builds chart. So I got that URL. I'm gonna copy it. Go back here and paste that in there. Say I'm not a robot. Hit shorten. And what it does is it gives you a number, and you're able to use this number in the downloader instead of typing in the whole URL, which is, I think, it could be very handy for you guys instead of typing in a whole URL. I thought it was a nice little tool for, especially if you guys are Fire Stick people setting up Fire Sticks. I think it's a really easy way of setting up this. You could get some numbers and very easily run right through, especially file link stores and stuff like that. You'd be able to set that up. So I thought that was a neat little thing. They just released that today. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's cool. I like that.
Yeah, let me see. I'm not sure how many of you guys are like me. I actually fell prey to the Amazon sale. I don't know. Do you guys have this in the UK? I know we're having the big Amazon sale here in the States.
Yeah, we had it. We had it in the UK.
So
I couldn't get hold of one. They've all sold out. When I tried, every time I tried, they were sold out.
Well,
then it went to full price before you got.
Oh, well,
it went to full price before it actually went to full price in the States. So
yeah, I went today. Today I actually bought a couple of them. Who let the dogs out?
Man, my dogs have gone mad.
I went yesterday and there was nothing there.
Yeah, it's great. In the States, you can get it. You can actually get more than 4. I actually got 2 of these lights, $18. I bought them just for gifts. To me, I'm not going to use them.
I'll have to have a quick look, see if they are on sale now. Because yesterday they weren't. Because I know I sent a couple of people post in Telegram about it, where the 4K was down to 29 quid. The new one, the light, had gone down to 18. Yep. But when I had a look on the UK site, no, they were still at full price. So let me just double check that, Todd. Yeah.
Well, I'm looking. What's weird is so I ordered it yesterday. It's actually going to be here today. Let me look on this. So yeah, let's say it's in stock right now. So yeah, that's a good deal for that. And for people that want the Dot 3, that's out there. The Echo Flex. And even the Cube, the new Fire Tip, or the newest version of the Cube, is out. $80. Oh, excuse me, that beer, it's already working on me. So $80. So if you're in the market for some of this stuff, you may want to hurry and to jump on it. Really no special on the Fire Stick 3. It's just the 4K dropped in price, the Cube really dropped in price, and then the light. So like I said, I bought 2 of these Fire Sticks Lite. Yeah. I'll probably give them as gifts because I actually bought some of the 4K sticks when Prime Day was around.
That's still at full price here.
So yeah, that's well, there's the benefits of living in the States. There's one of them. I'll give you one of them. Let's see which I doubt any of our viewers are YouTube TV subscribers. If you are, you're going to be able to get Showtime and Epix this weekend. Just as an FYI, if you have YouTube TV, which I'm going to say you're an idiot, but it's got some free stuff in there if you want to jump in there, but at least it's something free. Netflix is increasing their prices. That was another item that came up. $1 a month for the standard and $2 a month for premium. Do anybody on the panel, do any of you guys pay for Netflix?
I do not. No.
Yeah, I have it through Blue gets it, and I use her account. But that's there's a lot of people that use Netflix, which is to me, if you're going to get a service, a legit service, I would say that's probably your best bet is for that. A thing that came up this week, which I thought was something very interesting. T-Mobile, which again, this is for people in the States. T-Mobile is adding TV services. Get away all the ads I'll be so glad when the election's over. So with the T-Mobile added some TV services, and the reason why I think this is quite interesting is their pricing. If they have a $40 package, a $50 package, and a $60 package, which you can probably see some of the stuff that's on there. I'm going to slowly go through there. Quite a few channels, all good stuff. One of the things, they have a $10 package. So if you're a person that does not need live TV per se, they have 30 channels for $10. You can see Comedy Central, Discovery, AMC, DIY, the Food Network, Hallmark. A lot of people like Investigation Discovery, MTV. I don't know who watches that anymore. The Oprah Winfrey Network, Paramount Network, all this for $10, which to me is probably the best deal that you can find. Only caveat right now is that you need to have T-Mobile as your phone service. At this time, they said they will extend this to people outside of T-Mobile. But for right now, it's only going to be for people with T-Mobile. But $10 a month for if you're a person that doesn't have to have local, that's a pretty good deal. I want to say I had a link here. Hold on a second. Let me see where I can pull up that one that shows. You got to look up, click here with your zip code, and I'm going to put my zip code in here so you guys can come visit me. Oops. What if I do this again?
You any time, Todd, as long as you pay the airfare.
Yeah, come on. And for some reason, this is not taken. Oh, there it goes. All right. This gives you a little bit better view of it. You can see the networks. One of the key things for the live things, I will say, there's no CBS. So if you're a person that needs live TV, the $40, $50, and $60 do not offer CBS. I don't see CBS on the list. And if you do your zip code, it will actually show you what station, because maybe you have multiple stations in your area for Fox or ABC, whoever. It will actually show you the call numbers or the call letters for that particular thing. But I think that's a decent price for if you have to have live TV. $40 I think is pretty fair for people that want to cut the cord. It's going to save them a lot compared to what they're paying if they're paying for, regular satellite or cable TV. So definitely something to look into.
I think Sharon's just put something in the chat about Tyrone Mobile. They're doing a good deal or something.
Who?
Tyrone Mobile.
Tyrone? That's Tyrone. Is that Shrinking Sharon wrote that?
Yeah.
Yeah, she calls it Tyrone. She calls it Tyrone Mobile. and she calls it the ripoff. She has a little nickname for each one of them. So if you have T-Mobile, it may be something you want to check into. It's definitely worth it. CMan, you might want to pull your mic back.
How's that, buddy?
Yep. I was just the only other thing that I have that was news. If you're a Comcast cable user, you may want to check in or keep an eye on it. Comcast has a bunch of channels coming up for renewal, and you can actually pull up, if you go to this website, you actually can pull up and see all the channels they have that they need to renew their contract with. And if anybody, we've seen this before, these networks want more and more money for their content for all numerous reasons. And sometimes these cable companies or satellite companies don't want to pay it because it's sometimes expensive. So you can see they've got a lot of channels coming up. So there's possibility that they may lose some of these, but not necessarily. But just to let you know, if you got Comcast, there's the possibility that some of these channels may not renew. But if they do renew at a higher cost, believe me, the cost is not going to fall onto just them. The cost will go downhill, and you will see an increase in your bill. And that's why your satellite and cable company or your cable bills have increased, because of a lot of the major media companies owning more and more content. And Disney, for example, owns a lot, and they can strong arm, blackmail, leverage, however you want to call it, these cable and satellite companies and say, this is what we're going to pay for our channels. And if you don't want them, we'll just take our channels away. And these cable companies, satellite companies are kind of forced into it, because what if, let's say ESPN, which is the most expensive channel on your cable package that they pay the most. If ESPN goes up, that cost is going to come down to you. And that's why your cable bill is higher. It's not always your cable company. It's the money they're paying out to get that content. And so just keep it in mind. If you're in Comcast, I don't have Comcast. I don't have the cable thing. So that's what I have for news. So hopefully you guys got sorted.
I'm cable free.
Yeah. Well, other than my internet, I'm good. I've got over the air.
That's it. Yeah, same here.
I've got to have cable for my wife. She has to have the Hallmark channel for some reason.
Yeah. You can't figure out a way of getting around that?
Yeah, I mean, I get her episodes and things like that, but she just likes to binge watch it. So whatever, no big deal.
We keep her happy. Yeah. What's it? Keep mama happy, the house stays happy, or
that's right.
Mama's happy, happy house, or happy wife, happy house, or was it happy wife, happy life?
That's it. Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah. So, so that's just that was what I had for our weekly news. So, CMan, thank you again for coming on the show.
Absolutely. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
So, what are some of your projects? One of the things I'd like to ask, I just want to ask you up front, how long have you been doing this?
Since the end of March of this year.
Really?
Yes.
That's not long at all. I thought you'd been around longer than that.
No. March. I met Narcasist at the end of March and just started doing it then. Just playing around. I don't work. I'm retired, so just messing around.
So what was your first thing? Was it an add-on or build, or what did you get started with?
Well, DJ did the first theme for me. He did a Dallas Cowboy theme. I remember that. And and Narcasist let me put it in his repo. So that's kind of where it all started. And then things just kind of escalated. And I would like to say that things have gotten much stronger since then. I no longer have the Cowboys build, but
well, I'm not going to say nothing about the Cowboys, but
no, but no, I'm fortunate in the fact that I've gotten to be part of Asgard, the add-on. Noir's allowed me to be part of that, and really got me started doing all this. Really kind of took me in, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So happy to be a friend of his, and happy he's in the chat as well.
Yeah. Well, he sent me a message. He sent me a message that said he'd like to surprise you. But in the Narcasist, the reason I said you're not pulling my leg or you're not messing with me, because sometimes people will be, if they have somebody they don't like, and I don't always know the backgrounds of things that people got going on. And they're like, I'm just looking to stick it to this guy, and I'm thinking, please don't let this be an issue. But yeah, I've asked you to be on the show numerous times to come on and hang out, and it's a little bit nerve-wracking when you guys first come on, but once you're there, it's not so bad. So how many builds do you have right now?
I have 12 public builds right now. I have a few more that I'm working on. It's just something I'm always trying to think of something different. And but I need to keep up with the ones I have, which I'm pretty good about. So, but no, again, just try and think outside the box and do something different.
All right, hold on a second.
That's the hardest bit, is keeping up with them all.
Yeah, it's fun to
I know that.
I create them and then I get tired of it.
I know that from back in the day when I did them.
It's a lot of work. It's fun to create it, but I think Blue, and I'll be the first to say it. I mean, creating something is fun to create it. And then once you create it, it's work to keep it up.
And you look at it for so many days, by the time you're finished with it, you're ready to move on to the next project.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, no, it's fun. It's just a hobby and something to occupy my time, and I enjoy it. So
you got 12 builds. What is the build that you use in your home?
Oh, to be honest, I hardly use Kodi. I don't watch TV. I'm on the PC all the time.
He's got the Kodi bug to put him out, but he don't use it. But he don't use them.
What's funny is that was one of the reasons that I wanted to do Player Pass. One of the reasons why I wanted to do that show was because we have the ability to watch just about anything we want, right? I mean, watch whatever we want, whenever we want. And so many of the people that I talk to that are in this circle, and you'll say, what last movie you watched? And they're like, I don't know. I guess a month ago I watched blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you haven't seen nothing new? And Player Pass kind of forces us, forces me and whoever's on the panel and watches the show and is going to do it, to watch 2 movies a week. You have to, because you got to be able to talk about it.
Right.
Right. It almost forces you to step away from the PC and all of the development side of it and to go enjoy it. So yeah, it's really neat when you talk to people that are doing stuff, and like DJ says, you got the bug. You're just like, I don't even watch TV. And I'll say there was probably a year and a half that if it wasn't live sports, I didn't watch anything.
I'm one of those guys that will stick a documentary on in the background, and then I'll still be on the PC, but I can hear something fairly interesting. So that's me. And then the wife comes home and watches Hallmark. So I'm stuck with that shit.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm totally the same. I'll have stuff on in the background while I'm actually on the computer working away. I don't get to watch it. I'll hear it, but I don't get to watch it. I have the odd occasion watched a couple of movies and jumped on the Wednesday night show. I've done it a couple of times, but I never seem to have time, Todd. Never seem to have time. And
you have to force yourself, to be honest.
I have to force myself to actually get away from the PC.
Yep.
Which is hard to do sometimes when you're helping other people out.
Yeah. Getting hit up. Narcissistic, what about you? I mean, do you spend much time watching TV or movies or anything like that?
That's all I do. I watch everything.
Well, see, all right. So I do watch. I've started because I've pulled back. Like you got 12 builds, CMan. Now I went from really one build, and because of Kodi apps, he got me back to starting to create some more builds again. But then at one point I had about 7 at the most that I had at one point. And between I had those builds going and I was messing around with Bob, and then we started Gen, and then Bob died, and then I was doing Gen or helping people in Gen, and it was I didn't watch hardly anything back then. Now I've pulled back on a lot of that. My builds are minimal. I can't say I'm nowhere near what DJ's doing or CMan, or I look at Diggs or some of these other guys doing builds, or number or Cellar Door. I see some of these guys doing builds, or China Cat. Not to leave people's names out, but I see some of them doing builds, and I'm like, wow. And the themes.
I don't do builds anymore. I do themes.
Yeah, but that's a lot. That can be a lot of work.
Oh, yes, it is a lot of work. A lot of work in Photoshop. Yeah.
And next thing you know, you're not watching TV. So now I do less on here and then do more over here. But I can't watch TV. My TV is usually off if I'm doing stuff on the computer. Because I'm not watching it. I'm not, and I use a headset. I'm not even gonna turn it on.
Mine's on now, right in front of me, but nothing's actually playing at the minute. So
I was watching Witches, the new one.
That?
Spencer. Oh, no. I was watching that because we got to watch a Halloween movie before next Wednesday.
I tried to watch it the other day, and I think I've seen about 15, 20 minutes of it, and I thought, no, I don't like this.
I can't say that I'm loving it, but I want to have an opinion come Wednesday.
I think it's the same old cliche, isn't it? Don't do a remake if the first one is good.
Yeah. O'Neill, yes, it was Anne Hathaway. And I will say I've gotten about 35, 40 minutes into it. And it's actually held my attention a little bit. I'll finish watching it, but I want to be able to watch that. I have that to watch, and then I got 2 other movies because we're supposed to watch a Halloween movie, and I'm like, okay, I'll watch a Halloween movie. And it's any pick you get for what we had said, that anybody can watch any Halloween movie, and then we'll talk about it on Wednesday. And I thought, that's something right now that just came out this week.
I'd rather go. If you come to a Halloween movie, I'd rather watch Charlie Brown and the Pumpkin or something. I don't do horror movies.
So that's who asked for it.
What was that?
I said, so that's who asked for it.
No, it weren't me. It weren't me, no.
Yeah, it was.
What, on the request line?
Yeah. I couldn't figure out who asked for it.
No. When it comes down to requests and everything, there's no need. I do a search if I want anything, and use a scraper to get it. That's how I work it.
What's a scraper?
Exactly.
Ooh. Oh yeah, direct link, man. I want to ask a question of the 3 of you guys. A simple question. So what's your main device that you use for whatever you're streaming, and then what are some of the other devices that you have as your side bitches? You know, it's like you got a device, but you have another one. DJ, I'll start with you because you're right here, and then we'll go to CMan and over to Narcasist.
Yeah. My main device is NVIDIA Shield all day. That's the only device I've got. I've got 2 NVIDIA Shields. I've got one in my lounge and one in my bedroom. Other than that, it's my iMac.
Oh, Apple guy.
Yeah, I'm an Apple guy. I'm afraid. I'm an Apple guy. I use an iMac. I've got a 21-inch 4K iMac that I actually use, which is booted out, suited and booted. I've got 32 gig of memory in it. I can't get no more in it. I've got
all right. How much money you got to be spending on this kind of equipment? You're not talking cheap equipment there.
I've got 2 SSDs in it. To be honest, it was actually bought originally by my mum. My mum actually bought me the iMac because she ended up. My dad died a couple of years ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's all right. It happens to everybody. Everybody's parents die, don't they? And let's say he passed away a couple of years ago, and we'd got a house, which was actually a 4-bedroom house, and where it was actually being under development. So they're redeveloping the whole area. And because, like I said, my mum was 80 at the time, we decided to put her in a bungalow. So, and then she sold the house. And because she sold the house, she said, well, I'll buy you and everybody else got a piece of the pie, as they would say, out of the proceeds of her selling the house. And she actually said, there you are. Do we do it what you want to do with it? And I spent it on my iMac because I looked at the fact it's money I weren't going to have anyway. So I just thought, well, I'll spend it on an iMac. Even though I've got a 17-inch Toshiba laptop that I did all my stuff on before. So, and that was suited and booted. That got the most memory in it and everything. But my iMac, it's 32 gig memory. It's an i7. It's got 2 SSDs in it. One of them's a M.2, and the other one is a normal SSD, 2.5. And they're both 1 terabyte. So there's plenty of room, and plus I've got 2 external hard drives as well.
You can never have too much space.
No, you can never have too much space. Because let's say I'm always putting stuff on different hard drives and trying to keep it in sort of like different folders. What I've done, all my work that I've done, themes, they're all on 1 hard drive called themes. So anything that I create, once I've created it and it gets uploaded onto my wizard, that's it. I'll keep a copy. I don't sort of like rely on the actual server where I keep it to keep a copy for me. I've always got a backup. And I've actually got a backup on a hard drive, and I've actually got a backup on my desktop of all the stuff as well. So if anything does go wrong with a hard drive, I've still got a backup.
Yeah, you got to always have some backup on it. What about you, CMan?
I have a lot of devices, but primary that I use streaming wise, I'll say in my main living room area is I have an NVIDIA Shield Pro. But like I said, I don't use it very often. I do have a B-Link GT King Pro, which bar none to me is better than the NVIDIA Shield Pro. I mean, just personal preference. I don't want to ruffle any feathers out there, but no, I mean, it's so much more. I mean, it's so flexible, and you know, I can have forks, and I'm not stuck with this but again, the NVIDIA Shield's great for Kodi and streaming and anything else you want to do, but B-Link is my go-to for sure.
All right. Well, that's interesting. I know I've seen videos on it, reviews and stuff. Because what's that? That's over $100, ain't $120?
More in the range of 170.
Woo!
Yeah, they're not cheap. But their graphics card competes with that of the Shield, as well as the processor. So, I mean, it's up there as far as a quality device.
You said it was a B-Link. Which one?
GT King Pro.
GT King. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
So Todd, what's $128 in US Canadian dollars? Sorry.
2,000. It's 2,000.
7,000 easy. You get some change.
Yeah, he snuck in. Narcissistic. What about you? What's your main device and some of your other side bitches?
So I'm going to send everybody crackers. I've got a shield in the front room and 4K stick in the bedroom.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
And I think the 4K stick for me works better.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually I've actually got a call-in video about mine. I've had 3 NVIDIA shields. I had the Pro, the 2015 Pro, the 500 gigger, and I got brave and tried to replace the hard drive with an SSD and screwed it up and basically ruined it. So I went and bought a 2017. Had that for 1 year. Then the 2019 came out, and I bought one immediately. Sold my 2017. And then I think I had a little bit of maybe some electrical issues from the sky, and all of a sudden my Ethernet port's not working on my shield. So yep. I need to call or need to get in touch with tech support at NVIDIA and say, hey, this is my 3rd shield. Love you guys, but it's not working right. Because I have a switch over there for I'd rather do it through Ethernet so I get better 4K quality. It's just for better performance. And I'm going to have to call them. But other than that, I will say that 4K stick is it's to me, if anybody's that's on the fit, they're like, I don't want to spend a lot of money. I'm like, you get the 4K stick. It's a great device in a great price.
Yep. Absolutely.
You can't beat it. I mean, now you got it, what, $29 right now. So.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. We used to bash the Fire Stick 4 years ago.
It used to be crap. I mean, you go back to the Fire Stick 1. I actually still have one because here is the remote. You can see how much it gets used. That's the original Fire Stick remote, and that thing is crap. It's terrible.
Get it for $28. Stop rubbing it, Tim, because it's not on sale over here.
Oh, I'll stop bringing it.
But at the time, that Fire Stick was great. But
yeah, if you didn't put nothing on it, I burned up back when I was doing my big builds back then. I probably killed 100 Fire Sticks for people because I'd have all kinds of stuff going on, and people are like, my Fire Stick's locking up. I'm like, oh, well, you need a better device.
Sure am.
Hey, my build's great. It's only 550 megs. Don't worry about it. There's nothing wrong with it.
Get rid of all the other stuff that you're not using on the Fire Stick.
Yeah. So, what about you? What about you, Noir? What do you have as your devices?
I'm still running the old entertainment box T8.4, T8.5. That's from Android 5, the lowest one.
Ooh.
Android 7. They're still running perfect. Like 4 years I've had these boxes now.
So you got to go with an older Kodi, right?
No, I still use. I'm on 80.9.
Really? I thought those old Androids had to.
I'm using the Forks though. So.
Oh, okay. I thought some of those you couldn't put. Because wasn't some of them you had to install that other fork? That was back when it went from 16 to 17. Wasn't it? Yeah.
Let's go that. My Kodi Forky or something it's called.
My Seeker. It's called My Seeker.
Yeah, My
Seeker.
Seeker.
That's the one. That's the one. Yeah. You're right.
That's only for I think it's KitKat 4.4.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, my Gika.
Yeah, my Gika. Yep. And that's for that. So
okay. From the past.
Yeah. Let's see. Antisocial, Mr. O'Neill. Only issue with the stick. They don't have 5 gigahertz network, which depends on your setup and your home and how that works. And if you're, to me, it again 5G works great if you're not that far from your modem. If you're far away, it's a problem. But I actually bought a mesh today through Costco, so we'll see how that. We'll see. It was on sale. It was a 3 hub. We'll see how that works out.
Which one did you get?
It's supposed to be better than TP-Links.
Well, I got the TP-Link X63000.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I think. Yeah, it was regular price, $350. Costco had it. It was anywhere from $350 to $300. Costco had it for $220. Come with the 3 hubs, up to 7,000 feet or 700 square feet. But I thought I would use it here, but then I wanted it more for when I move, so that I don't have to go through the TP-Links like Noir was talking about. Their TP-Links can be okay, or those power line adapters can be good in certain situations, but not good in all situations. But definitely a cheaper price than a mesh. But I figured, you know what? What the hell? Yeah, I was like, it was one of those moments, you know, when you're thinking, should I, shouldn't I? And then I was click, click. Yeah, done. Okay, well, it's coming in the mail. It's over.
I was like that myself a couple of weeks back. I actually bought one and I ended up taking it back because it was actually misleading.
Really?
Yeah. I can't remember which one I actually bought. It's a big brand.
Yeah, well, hopefully mine's not bad. I'll be checking it out. But, I mean, my apartment's not that big.
One of the big brands. I think they do the Nighthawk.
Oh.
Is it Asus or something like that? It might have been.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, Asus Nighthawk 4.
I actually bought one of theirs and it was actually misleading. In the actual advert, it says you can actually replace this with your normal router, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And you can't. It has to be plugged into it.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, what's the point? I've got two routers sitting next to each other. What's the point?
Well, it's using a different. It's a different router.
The whole point I wanted to do was actually not use my ISP one and replace it, but I couldn't.
But can't you just get a modem from your ISP, not a router? Just ask for a modem, because I don't know, our company will actually give you just the modem.
That's what I have. I have my own router, just their modem. It's just a bridge.
Yeah, and they don't usually charge you for the modem, but they'll charge you for the router.
And their routers are shit.
I didn't want any of it. I just wanted to use this mesh as my main connection to the outside world.
Yeah, but you got to have a modem, though.
But according to the actual description, it states it does replace your normal router.
Well, yeah, the router, but not the modem.
So it doesn't.
So unless you buy your own modem, or if you have like that Nighthawk. Now, isn't the Nighthawk, some of them a modem and router mix, though?
Yes.
Some of them are.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I'm sorry. We go CMan projects. What are some of your projects you got going on? Are you able to, do you want to share your screen or do you not want to share your screen?
I'm not really set up to.
Okay. All right.
I've got a few things in the works. A lot of times, like, DJ and I work on a lot of projects together. I'm a little graphically challenged. I'm slowly learning Photoshop, but again, I get a lot of help from people.
Just give me a shout. Give me a shout if you want some artwork done.
And Noir, another guy that's great. Funsterbe, Matrix, all those guys are so good.
Well, I saw that. All right, so I'm showing the screen here where this is from just the Kodi apps site.
Yes.
Where he's showing the 4 and then the one the bullet.
Now that's a DJ. That's his theme, the Black Panther. That's one that I did just completely came up with that one. I put a lot of thought into that one, actually.
I like I'd seen this one in the past, and I thought that marquee was really neat. I thought that really gave that nostalgic feel.
Yeah. And I created the GIF widget off to the left just to have that arrow pointing at something. Just, you know, again, trying to kind of think outside the box and make it feel like, you know, the name of the build is Movie Time. So.
Well, that's a neat, because I remember seeing that and I was like, well, that's a neat looking look and a feel to it to really give you that feel like you're going to the drive-in, because I'm old enough to remember going to the drive-in, so I just remember that.
Me too, brother. No doubt.
Yeah. It's like, oh, the drive-in, which they're coming back now. Oh, and then this is the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, that was kind of the first one I really kind of got out there that I thought was really good. I mean, I enjoyed doing that one.
I had fun doing the menu bar.
Yeah, DJ did the menu bar. That was all Narcasist idea. He's like, hey, you should, in lieu of Ghostbusters 3, you should do a Ghostbusters build. And I was like, huh, that sounds fun. So, no, I had some fun with that one.
So you guys work as a group, though?
On different projects, it just depends.
I'm just the artist. I'm just the Photoshop person that helps out Todd.
Okay.
That's as far as I go. Everything else is.
Wait a minute. So this is neat. This is neat. I noticed that's a little bit different. The little flipping thing in the.
Yeah, TK taught me that.
Hold on a second. Let me back that up. In the settings, a little flip thing. This is neat little touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, neat little touch that you don't see. You know, it's not part of the normal thing.
Another great guy, TK, has showed me tons.
Well, that's the bullet. So I'm gonna go back to your Knox one here.
Top man, TK showed me loads. Yes.
Funster, TK, lots of people have helped. There's Back to the Future, yeah.
I'm using TK stuff right now. It's good. But I love. Before that, I had digital. Everyone knows Digi. He was doing my stuff. I missed the guy. He's just like vanished. I know he's lurking, but he's vanished.
You know how this gets. You get to be where you're just burnt out. Then you get away. Once you're away, it's hard to get back into it because you enjoy your time away.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm using my builds on TK's Terror, not the light one. I love how the panels are set out on it. Shows me, as you know, I build on a phone, so
yeah.
Then
I just find that amazing how you do that, Lee. I'd say, yeah. That blows my mind how you.
No way I could do that.
No, thank you. No.
You need tiny fingers and thumbs, but yeah.
I remember the first time I talked to Cellar Door, the first times I helped him before he ever released his first build. And I helped him, and he was doing all of it from his Android TV box. He was doing he was creating his whole build from an Android box. And he had his phone at one point when we're talking, and he's showing me the TV because there were some things he was wanting to do. And he's showing me, and I'm like, how are you doing this build? He goes, oh, on my TV. And I said, through what? He goes, oh, through just an Android box. I'm like, how are you typing all this? He goes, oh, I can type it. Excuse me. I can type it through the menu. I was like, I copy and paste so much, the URLs or the link, or, there's so much that you copy and paste the whole thing. I cannot imagine typing it all. I'm like, how, changing color codes and, yeah, I was like, no, thank you. No, thank you. So one of the other questions, you guys talked about Asgard. So tell me about how Asgard, which is a very great add-on. Actually, I added it to some of my later builds.
I saw that.
Well, I was trying to do minimalized, but to be honest, between that, I saw so many direct links that you guys were using. So how did Asgard come about?
That's Narcasist. I'll let him talk about that.
Oh man. So after the fall of One Nation, Wookiee, I decided to have a go at doing a build, and Mr. Ezzerman took me under his wing, basically became my mentor, taught me so much, it's unbelievable, and I made it to go private. And with lockdown and all the rest of it and people staying at home, I decided to release it publicly, and One Click seemed an area where I thought, yeah, I like that. It's got that quick, find the best source, click, play, no scraping, no waiting, fast. That's basically where it came from. And yeah, just grew and grew, and every day myself and now Chris just absolutely annihilate it.
Yeah.
We try anyway.
I see that you two guys are smashing it each day.
That one click non-debrid section is awesome.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that non-debrid, and that was one of the reasons why when I was looking at, because I try not to have redundancy when I was messing around with builds. Yeah, I don't want to have scraper systems that are doing the same thing. Why? I mean, yeah, it looks a little different, but it's the same base. And when I was looking at those one clicks, and especially the non-debrid, I was like, the work. I mean, I know the work that goes into the XMLs and the finding the links. And is it hard? No, it's not hard. It's not hard work, but it's time consuming.
Very.
Absolutely.
And then that's to do one, and then another, and then another, and then another. And then when you talk about TV, that almost is mind boggling, because when you're like, oh, I want to add a TV show. Well, God help you if it's an older show. I mean, if it's a new show, not so bad. But if it's a show that's got a bunch of seasons, to go and find those links and XML, and just work through it is, I was like, my hat goes off to these people doing these direct links. And Blue has talked about it on shows. She done it before. No,
yep.
no.
Even amazing that you keep the links live.
Yeah,
they're all working all the while. That's another thing that's,
it's a great option for people. Some people just don't want to throw up the money, which it's so cheap now. I just don't get it. But each to their own. If they want free, then they want free. So.
Yeah.
Well, it still is free in one aspect, isn't it? Because you're putting it out there. They've just got to get a debrid service. Doesn't matter which debrid service. Like I say, it could be premiumized, it could be real debrid, it could be RD.
Yeah, our non-debrid is pretty much the same source, file, link, whatever, for the real debrid as it is for the non-debrid.
It is, absolutely.
I just it kills me when I saw it. But hats off to you guys that put in the. It's not even hours; it's days and weeks if you count up all the time, because to put this stuff together when you're going through these lists. No, thank you. I mean, I appreciate it, and that was why I put it in there. I was like, because there are people that are not willing to say they don't want real debrid. They don't want to sign up. I don't want to have to pair. Okay. All right. Here you go. And here's you guys are doing a bang up job. So and now is that a gen based Is that what I saw from, or were you guys? Is it another base of another? Are you guys using another base as an add-on?
No, it's a gen.
Okay, I was thinking I didn't, because when I saw it, it has the direct link and then it has the search feature. Like when you look in there.
Also a one-click search.
Because I know that with a lot of those, it gives you the link and then it does do the search. And I thought that I'd seen it where it pulls in, and they do link into some of the other debrits, but it's definitely quick. Definitely quick. So definitely worth checking out. In the Ezzerman's repo, what repo would you be able to get that at? I apologize. I don't remember.
It's in my repo, narcasist.com/repo. It's also in Ezzerman's repo.
Okay. Because I thought that's where I thought I'd grabbed it from. That's where I thought I had grabbed it from. So definitely that. So Narcissist, now do you have builds, or are you just doing the Asgard?
I've got some kind of builds. One of them is kind of cool. The other two are, mediocre. They're not of the standard of CMan and DJ and Ezzer and the rest of them and Funster and that. I'm not up their level. No way.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He's very shy about his build. He's actually really good.
He's not.
He is.
He's not.
I don't do builds anymore, so I can't compare them to
He just does themes, which themes are great. Hey, people appreciate your themes because
I haven't done a build for probably about 2.5 years. My last build was, like you say, was with Kodi, my last build. And
another great builder on the panel right there is Noir. Great builder.
Oh yeah, I'm still here.
I was getting to you, Mr. Lee, Todd, and Shannon Victor. So what about your build, sir? And your other projects that you help on or may know something about?
Yeah, I'm going to update my build shortly. I try to update it weekly.
2022.
I'll probably do like three updates a year, I think I'm doing. Only by solely choosing like a limited amount of add-ons, which I know will be stable.
Smart.
I don't like go through. Yeah, I do look at Kodi apps and that. I look at wireless hack, and I see what's going on. I say, oh, who's the developer? No, not touching that one. No, not touching that one. Yeah, Bugachino, yeah. He's not too bad. Incoming. I just don't use Sports HD.
Mm-hmm.
Even though everyone's doing sports at the moment. But there's another option.
Lee.
Yo.
Did you ever release that one I did for you?
Remind me?
I did a classic noir for you.
Oh, what, the Cannibal movie?
No, theme. You asked me for a classic noir theme.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I just realised who I'm talking to now. Yeah,
It's late. It's late for him.
No, you all sound the same. You're all like from up north England, and you all sound the same.
I'm not from up north, so
well, you might as well be. Yes, I've still got your like that noir theme kicking, the gangster one. Yeah, I'm playing with that one a bit.
Like I say, I just wondered whether you actually used it. That's all, maybe.
No, I've not used it yet. I'm just hanging on to it because I'm like tweaking it around a bit. Maybe for 19.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice. It's black.
Well, I've done it how you asked for it, so
yeah. That's what
there's a good question.
Black.
Yeah.
I said, "There's a good question."
Yeah.
What it builds like? Go ahead.
I've got another bone to pick with you, Lee. Why you left my group?
I've left quite a few groups lately.
No, I'm joking. I know you have.
Bless your balls. Yeah. And you got to be careful what groups you leave because people are like, well, did I do something wrong or something? Yes, it's like, it's scary. That's why I'm in about 4,000 groups because like if I leave, I always get a message. Why did someone do something wrong or someone say, no, I have so many. All right. So this is the question that SDH Jr. Wrote. Why do builds like Dig Chef, I don't know if that's one of his builds, updates so often? So why do you guys think that some of these builds update so often where some of us others may update your build? I know me, I'll update a build like every 4 or 5 months sometimes.
I can give you an opinion.
Yeah, this is all opinions. Yep.
You know, there's
what I said. If you choose the right add-ons,
there's so many things on those builds. Some of those builds are 700 megabytes, which, to be honest, I don't understand. But, you know, each to their own. Again, just my opinion. But all my builds going back to the Dallas Cowboys will still update. And all the live stuff I'm taking out of my builds, just it dies too often.
Yep.
And they can find it in the add-ons anyway if it works. But as Lee said, you know, carefully choose what you use.
Yes.
Or you will be updating all the time.
That's only a builder's advice. If you're a user, like, you can chop and change whatever you want. But if you want like have a build and not have to worry about it for 2, 3, 4 months, like, just select like the usuals that you know will deliver. Not all this Kodi based stuff and
that's my opinion.
C-Viper root, where it's called. I was about to do that.
Well, and one of the other things that you got to be careful with picking the right add-ons. That's key. Not having too many add-ons, like CMan was talking about. Yeah, you don't have too many add-ons coming in, because I don't see a reason why you need to have every single add-on out there. It's just ludicrous in my head. But hey, to each his own, like CMan says. But to me, when you link to certain sections, when you dummy down a build, and this is not insulting, I'm not trying to insult any other builders that do it this way. When you dummy down your build and you go to a sports section and then you go to a sports tab on the menu, and then it has a link to every single add-on that has a sports section. You go to live TV and then it has live TV for this, and it's got all these subsections. Those links will die because a developer of an add-on will change something. They change their menu. They change how they name it. They change. If they make a change in the add-on, it kills the link. The link that the builder made, it's worthless.
True.
And that's where if you make it so simple for people, yes, people love it because, hey, I don't need to even think. Well, yeah, you don't have to think. All you do is look and click. But what happens is it dies quicker, and you're constantly fixing it. To me, I found that less is better. I will give people less, and anybody that's talked to me and watched my show, I have no bones about that. Am I the best build? No. Do I have the most add-ons? No. Do I have all the fancy this and eye candy? No.
No.
But you know what? You'll be able, my DAX build that I just updated, I didn't update it for 6 months. And you know what? When you turned it on, the add-ons that were in there updated, and they worked right from the way it was. I didn't touch it. But if you go and you put in a lot of stuff and you're creating all these direct links in the submenus, you're setting yourself up for things to break. And when they break, you're forced to fix it, especially when you're popular and people start PMing you. This isn't working. This is working, because I'm sure that everyone on the panel can tell you when something isn't working in their builds or themes, or you get the messages. You get the, hey, this ain't working.
Of course. Absolutely.
Yeah. And you feel obligated. So yeah, I think that's and again, and all of us said, you decide a builder. I'm not knocking another guy's builds, because I look at it that if someone's willing to give their time for free, who am I to argue with that? Hey, thank you for giving your time to make it easier for somebody else. Thank you. But would I do it that way? No. But not everything is made for everybody. And people say, what's the best build? And I always tell people when they say, what's the best build? And I say, well, tell me what the best car is. And they're like, well, you know, I think this car is. And I'm like, well, you ask 100 people what the best car is, you're probably going to get 50 different answers.
Yeah.
Because what the best car to you is not the best car for somebody else. Somebody else is like, I want good gas mileage. Well, I want something that looks fancy. I want something that's fast. You know, so is one right, one wrong? No, it's just what your taste is. So
my answer to it, what is the best build? The best build is your own build.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah.
It's your preference. Most builders build to what they would use themselves or their family will use, and nice and easy. You know, you might get someone who's like young, single, and they like it all wacky and like all like that. But I try to build it for ease of use. There's your movie section. There's your TV box set section. There's whatever section.
There's a kiddie section, and that's it.
One of the things that I was going to post, and again, one of the other things that people need to be careful of is what repos you put in your build.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said it before, when you put a repo in your build, and especially when you have auto updates turned on, you've basically given the keys to any of those repos. You've gave them keys to your build, because they can go in and change if that repo changes something. And we talked about, and we were going to talk about EIM in just a minute, and that was one that played havoc for a long time. EIM was one of those add-ons that was a havoc, depending on which repo you had, and depending on which repo that told what which EIM you had, because whoever had the highest number, that was the one you were going to have, unless you turned on auto updates off. So let's see here. All right, so I got all that. Builds are trouble. Well, I don't think they're trouble. You just, you know. Mark, the Dig Zion build, a lot of people like it. It's a very popular build, and I know that numerous people, I see tons of videos on that. Can't knock his work. It's definitely a popular one. So let's see here.
Some great builders in the group tonight, in the audience. There. I mean, Funsterbe, Ezzerman, those guys are pros. Red 79.
Yeah, I was going to say, I actually had, I thought Funster wasn't going to be able to jump on. I'll send him a link in case he would like to jump in.
He doesn't speak human.
Huh?
Funster doesn't speak human.
Hey, I actually, Funster does so many things.
He's a great guy.
He does. The thing about, and that's the great thing about the community we're in, there's so many people that help in so many ways. You know, they may not be the name out there in front of a build or an add-on or whatever, but there's so many people that work behind the scenes to make that happen.
Absolutely. And
that's the amazing thing that that we don't always see, all the other people that make something happen. It's just like when you're talking about Asgard. I had no idea who works on Asgard. Actually, to be honest, till today, and I wasn't talking about until today. I was looking at, I'm in the Asgard group, but Narcasist, and it's like, oh well, he does some work in there, because you don't know who's behind everything all the time. But you know,
that's a good thing about the Kodi world and the community. Everybody pulls together behind the scenes, don't we?
Yeah,
we all seem to help each other.
And there's not as much drama as people make out to be. I don't think there's definitely not as much fighting as there was years in past.
No,
definitely not. I don't see it.
It's like I say, I don't blame my own trumpet whatsoever. I've got no ego. I'm humble. I'll help anybody.
I still see gripes between people, but
well, yeah.
And a lot of the time it's I'm friends with both sides of the parties, and it's not doing me. There's sure beef. You don't like you. You don't like you. Not my problem.
Yeah.
So I just crack on. If I don't like you, then you'll know about it.
I know. Sometimes I wish you wouldn't like me.
Come on.
He loves us all.
Yeah, it's you're right. I mean, there is a lot of, and there is times that we all probably been in circles where you don't get involved because why pick a side? You know, there's no need. And I mean, if these two people want to argue, fine, let them argue.
Yeah, but it's not a playground, is it?
No.
It's the real world, baby.
Yeah. So I was going to show a version of EIM that was shown to me today. Let me kick this off.
Where's Blue?
Blue, since I guess you missed the first couple minutes of the show, Blue is doing a marathoning Mandalorian because she wants to binge watch Mandalorian season 1 because she's stoked to watch the first episode of season 2. So she wants to watch all of season 1 to be ready for fresh in her mind for episode 1 of season 2. That's how she does every time.
You misheard. She's doing a marathon Toblerone.
Oh my gosh, you. Yeah,
you're not gonna see it for 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
You selling giant Toblerones? They're massive.
The what?
The Toblerone chocolate bar. It's like triangular.
They've probably never heard of it, Lee.
How can you describe that one?
It's a Swiss chocolate, isn't it? We like nugget in it.
Yeah, but the shape of it, it's like you can insert it yourself.
It's classed as a triangle, but it's supposed to represent one of the actual mountains, isn't it, from Switzerland? That's what it actually represents.
So you're talking about some chocolates?
Yeah, it's chocolate.
Yeah, if you can imagine like a street of like Egyptians living, like new builds, like a row of Toblerone with it, like Egyptian new builds, weren't they?
See, my chocolates are like that right there. See, this is how Dabs stays so slim and so svelte, right here.
Are they peanut ones?
No. There's too much healthiness in that. Ezzerman says he'd like to join.
Great!
Oh, get him on here.
Hey, you guys go ahead and send him a link. Any of you guys, all you got to do is copy and paste the link of the show. Send it to him. I'm going to go ahead.
I'll send it.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and while that's happening, I'm going to go ahead and share. Oh, shoot. Come on. Come back. Come back. I'm
going to step away for just a second, Todd. I'll be right back. I'm going to
run
to the restroom. Okay.
All right. So are you guys able to see this?
Yep.
Yeah, if you take Ezzer off the screen.
Okay. Boom. Gone. Okay. And let me make this full screen. And DJ, this is something that DJ showed me today. Do you want to talk through some of this?
No. You talk through it.
Okay. All right. So
fine by me.
Anybody that's familiar with extended info mod, and that's what this is an extended info mod, and it's the Patriot extended info mod. Very well put together. I actually added it to my build today. And I added it to the latest build that I have, the Phenom build, something very simple. And then you can see I added as another tab, and then I added there's little shortcuts. Now I use the shortcuts and I made them favorites. And if you do it with the extended info mod, you can't actually dive into the extended info mod like you can with other video add-ons and go to a certain section to make a shortcut or make a sub menu item. So I added it as favorites. You can go through and do it XML way. I think that for most people, the favorites would be the easiest way for people to go. This is the movie section, and this is the all movie section. You've got the nice little art with the DVD art to it. Now I'm waiting for the ding from the other one. So you got the little DVD. So let's go over here to Rogue, and I'm gonna pull that up. You're able to do. You've got your normal tabs here, and with mine, I actually added the players. So I have 3 players in this because I don't have very few add-ons. You're able to add the library. I'm able to pull up the trailer. Now I have the trailers turned off. One of the settings that you're able to turn on in here is you can turn on the trailer to play, and I'll show that in a second. The trailer will play when you go to this, which I thought was a very nice touch. If I go to play it, it's going to ask me which one of the players that I want to use. Oh, hold on a second. Too many things running, y'all. Too many things running. Let me try this again. Well, when I've got this going, when I'm StreamYard's going and and Kodi going too, and all the other tabs, and I've got Chrome, Firefox, numerous things going. So sometimes it ends up causing a crash. Let me see. I hear Ezzerman. Hold on a second. I'll add him. Okay, so let me go back to this. So let's say I wanted to watch Borat. Let's see. We go here. Let's see if it'll play, or if it'll pull up that menu, or if it's going to crash on me again. It didn't crash on me when I wasn't StreamYard, and it's looking like it's going to crash again. Now it doesn't crash when I'm not doing StreamYard, so it looks like it's probably too many things going on right now. Yeah, it looks like it's going to give me an issue. So I added numerous shortcuts to this. Made it very easy for me to move. Dang gummit.
Hold on. Let me see if I've got it somewhere as well, Todd.
Okay.
I might have it somewhere, and I might be able to share.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna just show one. I'm gonna show one other thing. I'm just gonna go through the menu and show you the.
Yeah, just go through the menu and show everybody.
Yeah, and I'll just show the how I have it set up for the library. I actually added the library to it, which was the movie library here, the TV library, and up at the top for the skin, you can actually see that there's one movie and one TV show. And it was very easy. You right-click on a movie, or when you saw the menu, you actually can add it to the library right there. So let's go to my movie library, and you're going to be able to see that I had Borat right there. Now, yours won't change. On this skin, I force change the skin, or force change the view. So that's why it changes view really quick like that. If on normal skins, you would not be forced. But I have all views are sorted like this. So very neat, neat little thing. I like it. The shows, I can go to all TV shows here, top rated movies. One of the cool things, and I'm not going to be able to pull it up because it keeps crashing, but you can with EIM, whatever add-ons that you have inside on your build, you can pick which add-on you want to play that particular movie or TV show, which is great. But the movie library, I don't know. People need to use the movie libraries or TV library. Like TV library, like I added The Boys. This makes it so easy to keep track of your shows. And look, I opened up this, and here's your button for adding to the library. You can see I can take it away. I also can play the trailer, stuff like that. So I'm gonna back out of this because I can tell my PC is wanting to not like me having too many things going on there. So I'm gonna stop sharing that screen. So Ezzerman, thanks for joining us today.
Good evening.
Welcome, welcome. Let's see. So what's been going on with you, bud?
Not a lot, really. Lockdown, just putting on a load of crap on me add-on and so on and so forth.
Hey, it's not a load of crap.
He's killing it. He's killing it.
No, you know how it is, Todd. I don't know. You just get on with it and you do what you do. I've been here longer than I wish to think about, to be honest.
You've been around here for a while. You've been around here a while. I know you've been around a long time.
I'm an hard man to get hold of. I like to use my fingers on the keyboard. That's about it.
Well, there's other things you can use those fingers for, but now that you're in lockdown, you might be able to find some use for that. So yeah, because I've seen that the old UK is locked down again, and
Well, I'm actually in Spain, and it's gone worse here.
Well, I've seen. Well, all of Europe is going to be. It's seeming like it's. We're back into the second or third wave, as well as the U.S. We're having our things, but we're all pig-headed, and there's nobody gonna. It's like we're not closing nothing. We've closed in the past, and they're like push ahead. So we're going to be the test subject, the guinea pig for everybody to show you. Hey, don't ignore all what the science says. Just keep going forward. You're going to be able to see this is the guinea pigs in the U.S. how this all plays out for us.
Well, the trouble is nobody knows what the rules are, really, when you walk out your house. Have you got to put an hat on? Have you got to put your glasses on? Have you got to put a mask on? Have you got to put a pair of boots on?
Gloves. Yeah, I have people every day. I see all sunglasses or safety goggles, masks, gloves. I see that every single day, and I'm thinking, I don't know. I guess I'm not to a point where I'm to. Not to say that it's not real, but I'm to the point I'm like, I can't stop everything in my life. I've got to,
The reason I jumped on here, I just want to, I want to appraise CMan, DJ, for they do tremendous work for Kodi, and it's absolutely unbelievable what they do. I just thought I'd jump on here for 5 minutes and give them the praise that they deserve.
That's touched me, that has, Ezzer.
That means a lot coming from a legend like yourself.
No, I'm no legend. I'm an every-go-lucky guy who just involved in Kodi and do what I do. And to see what's going on, because I've been involved in it in a long time, to see what evaluates over the months, it's incredible. It's just nice to see that Kodi's still going on.
Amen.
And it's people like you that keep it carrying on. And
as you, sir.
Honest to God, I hold my hands up and I think, fabulous job. And that's the only reason that I've jumped on the show, to be honest.
Hey, you have anytime you want to come on, Ezzerman, I have total respect for you. You're welcome to come on anytime you want to say as much or little as you want, bud.
Dabs, I watch your shows. I'm not a public guy as such.
I know.
No.
I try to keep myself to myself, like a lot of people try and do. But yeah, I'm up for grabs, and I'll do what I do. And yeah, I haven't got much to talk about, but I'll talk about whatever.
Yep. Well,
as we go for a beer and talk about Man United, yeah.
I don't want to talk about them yet.
You'll have the beer. Forget about the Man United bit.
Nobby
Forget fucking both of them.
Remember Nobby
No, Dabs, you do a top show. I enjoy watching them, I must admit.
Yeah, thanks. Well, I mean, the thing about with this show, and I am long-winded. I'll be the first. I'm my worst critic. I'll be honest about a lot of stuff. But I try to say, you know what? I want to give people the information, and I also want to show that, as you said, Ezzerman, you're just a regular guy doing your thing. You're doing what you can do. And that's Kodi, folks. You don't have to be a damn superstar. You don't have to be a coding genius. You don't have to be some guy that came out of some super tech company. You do what you can do to carry all this along for a certain period of time.
You described me there.
And that is what I like about Asgard and CMan. They pushed it on a little bit more than what 2 years past could do, or stopped because they got fed up of doing it. And you need these people to push it on a little bit to carry it on. And
that means a lot.
That's my main objective of, you keep Kodi going. So you need to, okay, I've had words with for, I don't know, 8 months, 10 months, 12 months, and I've pushed him, and he's got where he's got to get. So hopefully, in another 12 months, he'll push another lot on. He will do exactly the same. And then we won't fall out of Kodi. We'll still have it.
That's everybody's main goal.
I've been pushing him as well, because he's got it in him to make it all great again. He doesn't know it yet, but he can make Kodi great again.
The fact of the matter is that Kodi is all about displaying stuff that you can watch.
He's ready for 19. Who else is?
It's not about being a great builder. I've done builds in the past. I've God knows how many I've done. And yeah, you forget it's about the viewing.
I've seen the ones you've done on Wookiee. They weren't that bad, were they?
But Wookiee was great. I was part of Wookiee, as you all know. You know what I mean? But yeah, some things come to an end. So you try and carry it on. And that's one thing I try to do. I try to take Wookiee and then bring it on for myself. Hence why I hosted everybody, and I tried to bring a big wizard out there, etc., etc. And then I developed onto an add-on. Thanks for Todd for bringing or introducing the Gen add-on, which made it simple for me, which I then went forward. Yeah, and that's what you do. And then, I don't know, in another 8 months, something else will come along, and then we'll all develop from there.
You hosted me after Wookiee. Do you remember?
I probably hosted 35%, 40% of the Wookiee builders that was in there.
I was going to say percent. It had to be percent because it was a lot. It was a lot.
But you just need to keep them out there, though.
Yep.
Sod. Otherwise, it's going to die.
Yep. And that's when, you know, and I've talked about with me when I was with Nan. I was green as hell. Other than me just doing my own thing. And all those guys took me in, and we did our own thing. It was me and Andrew were kind of buddies, and then we had Q and Mid that helped, and Lee was doing his thing with and all those guys. There's no one person that when you say about Kodi or XBMC, not one person. We're talking a series of people, and you don't know where you're going to take this. You only have to carry it so far and develop and build people up around you.
Correct.
And so that when you stop, they keep going, because being honest, Q's not doing this no more. Mid's not doing this no more. Lee's not doing this no more. Andrew's not doing it no more. All of my friends that were doing this are not doing it no more.
Precisely.
I'm like, I want to do my thing.
You have to push them. Mm-hmm. You get one. You tell them a little bit. They get hooked. They do a little bit more. Then we push to the left and the right, and so on and so forth. And we grow a tree.
Yeah.
Oh, hopefully we grow a tree.
Yeah.
And then
it will.
And then we still become the community that hopefully I'd like to think that people we are.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. So and again, you've been here forever, and that's why I want to have anybody that creates a build or does add-ons to come on and just show your work, because I want to thank you for your work, because even if I don't use your add-on, I thank you for what you're doing, because you might be inspiring somebody else that I know nothing about. And it's that you're keeping it going, because guess what? As Ezzerman says, when I'm gone, he's gone. Guess what? This continues on, because 2 years ago, we were seeing videos that Kodi was dead. You remember? We've seen the videos.
Yes,
Kodi's dead.
And even before that.
Oh, yeah. I'm just, easily. But it's like Kodi's been dead, but it's about just.
Wasn't it Doc Squiffy?
No, we can even go farther back than Doc Swift. It's so many have said it, and so many people wrote it off. I shouldn't say us, wrote it off and said it's done. And that's, we're here, and it's not as easy as it was in the past to learn, I don't think, because YouTube has all their rules. So you can't do as many videos. You can't spoon feed people with things. So people have to do a little work to learn about things and learn about repos and learn where an add-on is, but they're there.
It's like buying a washing machine.
Yeah, it's just great. It's great. And
if you've got buy a new washing machine, well, you expect like the mom to come around, like put your washing in for you, like look up how to use it.
Yeah, it's
a washing machine.
That's what the butler's for.
Your mum does come round, actually.
What's his name?
Pass.
Hey, DJ, were you saying something? I couldn't hear you.
I was actually saying, I'm sure I heard Lee's mum does come round to use his washing machine and do his washing for him.
Must be nice. I ain't got anybody to help me. I'm by myself to do it on my own. But that's all right. I got a woman I'm getting ready to train her how to use a washing machine, because I know.
Oh dear.
I know. No, straight up, and she'll tell you. When I was talking about doing a washing machine, I sort my clothes. I learned, my parents taught me when I was like a teenager. There's certain loads that you sort. I sort all my clothes in different depending on the temperature, because it's not all in one temperature. I have different temperatures for different stuff. And I was telling Blue about it, and she says, "What do you mean temperatures?" And I was like, "Yeah, don't you separate your clothes?" She goes, "No, I just put them." I'm like, "No, your whites? No, my whites get hot and they get bleach and they get this." She goes, "Oh, I never use bleach." I'm like, "What?" I said, "That's why my socks are white. I mean, my t-shirts are white, but yeah, it's." So I've already worked on training her on that. I told her I was already
going to the chapel and
but that's gonna happen in December, y'all. That's
congrats again on that. Fantastic.
Pink socks on the big day.
No, it will not be pink socks, because Dabs.
I'll be wearing dark. You're like John Travolta out of Grease or something, like Saturday Night Fever.
Hey, I have some suits. I'll go break them out. I work. Come walking across the floor. Good times. Yeah, it's good time.
Did you finish showing off the EIM?
Well, you talking about the EIM?
Yeah. Did you show the different views and everything?
No, I did not show that, because my computer kept crashing.
Yeah.
The app kept crashing. If you want to share your screen, I'll be happy to open it up.
I'm saying that. I've probably got it loaded up somewhere. Yeah, I'm sure I've got it here. No, I haven't.
You don't. Hey, I thought you were working on that. So, all right. So, DJ, where can they get now the Patriot EIM? Where would they be able to get that?
That can actually be got from my.
He doesn't know.
That's in my repo.
Okay.
That's in my repo. So if you want to, I can't post it out in the actual chat.
Put it over in the private chat, and I'll put it. I'll put it over here.
I'm not a mod, so on your.
I'm sorry.
As you can tell by DJ's accent, he's further up the country than what I am.
Yeah.
He's like Midlands somewhere.
Spot.
And I'm down south. Well, I'm just like, yeah, Chav City, I'm in.
All right, so let's see. I got that. All right, so if you post that, I will do my best.
I'm just typing it out.
One of the things about this with EIM, and we talked about that earlier in the show about being careful what repos you have. Now, I will say that right now, everybody's EIM is on the same number. Yes. So everybody is on the same number. So let's say you install DJThemes EIM. It's the same number as Kodi's, and it's the same number as I want to say, was it? I saw because there was 4 that came up on mine, and I can't remember the 4, but there was 4 that came up on the Cellar Door. I think Cellar Door. Was it Death Stars?
Yeah, Death Stars, which is in
there was like 4 that came up for my EIM. Depending on which version you want, each person has their own version. It will look different. So that's the good thing about it is everyone came to an agreement. Hey, this is the number we're at. So that helps.
I've got to say, a lot of the work, mine's a fork of a fork. So, like I say, a lot of the work. Well, it's a fork of Death Star, like I say, but I added to it, so it has got a completely different look. Yeah. But I'm not going to take credit for all the work. Other people done a lot of the work. I just added to it.
To me, it was very well done, and I liked some of the. I loved the trailer, that trailer part, where you can turn on the Netflix look, the Netflix feel or view. Was it?
Netflix view.
And that was in the settings, and then you could turn on trailers. So when you went to a movie, and just like you do with your Netflix, if anybody's at your Netflix, when you go to a movie, the trailer starts to play, or that's what it did. And I thought that was very neat. I hadn't noticed that in any of the others, but I haven't installed a lot of EIM lately. And I was like, that's a neat, I like that.
I've actually got it. I can actually share it, Todd.
Okay. All right. You got it. If you have, share your screen. No.
Let's just make sure I've got to make sure I pick the right monitor because I've got 2 monitors.
All right, Noir,
me.
Noir. Yeah, Noir. I was going to say Noir because it's too many letters. No, we're getting too many beers into it. My tongue don't work.
Noir.
Narcissistic. Yeah, there you go.
And Noir.
I'm just gonna. Yeah, I know Noir because that's just. I can. That's a real simple one. So Nar says you're gonna roll out. So thanks for joining the show, Nar. Anything else you want before you roll out? Is there anything that you'd like to share, talk about, mention that people may want to look in, check into, or?
I will just say on back of this that check out the Asgard add-on. If you've not seen it, check it out. It's got some real great content, some real good replays going in. Loads of if you can't afford RD, there's loads of non-RD content in there.
Absolutely,
a good job. It's one of my top add-ons, and yeah, peace.
Narcissistic. No, you fucked it up.
He's pretty quiet now.
It's too. I had it good at the beginning of the show.
You did, yeah. Narcissist.
Yeah,
that's what I said.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, no, thanks for having me on. Again, thanks to everyone, and thanks to Ezzer, kind words, and Noir. Thanks to CMan for all his help. DJ, and I wish you all the best, and I'll catch you tomorrow.
Thanks, brother. Have a good evening.
Absolutely. Thanks to you, Noir, for an awesome add-on.
Yeah. Awesome. You're welcome. Very good add-on. And anytime you want to come on, let me know.
I will do. Thank you very much.
Door's open.
Cheers. Good night.
Yep. Let's see. We got Mr. DJ with Patriot. I'm going to go ahead and make your screen large. Okay. All right, there you go.
We'll go to all movies. So this is one of the actual views that you can actually have. It's not come over on YouTube yet, so
I got it. No, it's coming up. It's coming up. YouTube's got that delay, but I'm looking at the live shot.
Yeah. So like I say, you can go into Rogue, go into there, click play, and it'll actually. I don't think I've got anything in here that it actually could play with. So,
because normally that would, if you have the players installed.
Yeah, so I've actually got a player, one player.
Okay. One player, yeah.
So
that's like a gen.
Yeah, that's a private gen. So
yeah, because 26 scrapers is a gen.
But it's getting back out of this now.
Yeah, but if you have multiple, so let's say you have a gen, you've got Shadow, you've got Crew or Numbers. If you have any of those add-ons installed, it will give you the option of which add-on do you want to play that particular movie with.
Yeah, and you got, like you say, you got different views. So if you go into the actual settings, that's a Netflix for you. Turn on the trailer.
Okay.
Come back out. Come back out to go back to the main menu. And change the view. So let's go to Rogue. Click on Rogue. And it should. Well, I've clicked on Borat. So it's actually now, as you can see, it's playing the trailer.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So it's playing the trailer to that movie. You can stop the trailer. You don't have to have the trailer. You can stop it.
Add it to the library?
Yeah, you can add it to the library. Hold on. God, my mouse is moving quick.
Yeah, you got to be careful with these. So these skins, when you do the mouse, it's like starts acting all crazy.
To add it to the library, you got to put. To add it to the library, you got a plus button, so you can actually plus there. But if you're actually on an Android box, I think it's the Hamburg menu, the 3 lines. If you press on that, you get a box that'll pop up that says "Add to the menu." So I don't think it'll do it. I'm trying to do it with my mouse. But no, it won't do it with my mouse. It did earlier on, but so then, like you say, use 3 different views that you can actually have. So if you take that, click that one, go back out. This is like a horizontal view. So go to all movies. So it does that view as well.
And what's neat about that, when you go to one of those movies, you're able to pull up, and that's the cool thing about extended info mod, and that you can play the player and you can add to your library, but you can also, when you go in there, you can look at all the actors and you can actually pull up the actors that are in that, and you can actually pull up the TMDB information for a certain, like any of those well, see, you got to be careful. You got to probably use your keypad.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Because I'll tell you, the mouse will jack you up. So see, you can go to Anne Hathaway. You can actually pull up all the movies that Anne Hathaway was in, or Octavia Spencer, and that is the cool thing about Extended Info Mod. It's not just one little thing that it does. It does so many things. Then
it gives you recommended by TMDB as well.
Yep.
So it gives you a list of recommended movies to follow up.
Yep.
So you can trailers.
Yeah, and you can click on any of those movies, and it will open the Extended Info Mod for that particular movie.
Yeah.
So it really, there's a lot of people that don't use Extended Info Mod. It's a great tool if you're willing to look into it. And what was it we were looking at? Mulan. We were looking at how much money that Mulan has not made today, because the budget was $200 million, and it showed that its profits or its box office revenue was $50 million or something like that.
Oh man,
it gives some different information. It's really neat.
I love it for my TV shows. I use it myself. I create a library for all my TV shows.
Oh yeah, it's definite.
Which is the great thing about it. As soon as a new TV show gets aired, that's put into your library automatically for you. So you just go to your library that you've created.
Yeah, there's nothing better than when if you're using the Kodi library is another one of those unsung heroes that people don't realize that the Kodi library movies is so movies is whatever. TV shows and you add the library, especially shows that are not that are current, that are like that are happening, it'll show you, it'll add those new episodes and you'll see when there's a new episode in it. Really neat feature.
Plus, it actually, once you've actually watched that episode, it'll put a tick on it to show that you've actually watched that episode as well.
And you don't have to have tracked.
No. You can put your tracked in.
Yeah, but you don't have to.
You don't have to.
You know, because a lot of people struggle with the tracked.
You can put your own API in it as well. If you've got your own TVDB API, you can put your own in. Yeah. But you don't have to.
Yeah, and putting your APIs in any of the things is optimal. Not necessary, but it is optimal. It can help you load things a little quicker. And sometimes now that tracked is limiting hits, I'm not sure how that's going to play out going forward in add-ons. What do you guys think on that? Because I haven't seen it affect anybody yet, but I'm wondering how that's going to work.
I think it might be something that the amount of clicks. Is it?
Yeah, you're allowed 2 hits per second and so many hits per minute, something like that.
Yeah, but isn't it every time you click on something, then you click on something else and you click on something else just before you actually get it to play? That's classed as a click, isn't it? So I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work.
Yeah, I'm wondering how it's so that what Tracked said about this mentioned this, and the reason we talk about Tracked. All right, so Tracked. The reason why that's important to you, maybe you don't use a Tracked account or you don't have a Tracked account. That's not a big deal, but Tracked is linked into many add-ons, y'all. If you don't realize that a lot of add-ons link to Tracked, and that's how it can affect you because popular, trending, what people are watching,
especially
collections, all that stuff, that's Tracked. That add-on is pointing to Tracked, and you say, "Well, I'm the only one watching." No, you're not the only one. No, you and whoever else is using it. Yeah. It's whoever else is using that add-on can be. So we don't know track limit that, but we don't know how far that's going to affect everybody.
Funster says that he thinks Saren was hurt by the track thing.
I've heard people couldn't maybe because it's your API because your API. Yeah. And if your API hits it too many times, too fast, it blocks it. And they actually posted in the Twitter that you need to change your code in your add-on, or I don't want to say, they said your app. So that's, and again, we're not just talking about add-ons when you talk track. You also have to talk to APKs because APKs use the same systems. They're using the same fundamentals. Stuff. Yeah, the same fundamental. Exactly. They're using the same sites. They're using the same tools. So Tracked is not only saying, "Hey, this add-on's causing this problem." They're probably complaining about a APK because I think a lot of people have moved to APKs because it's easy. Most of the time, it's easier.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see that what goes on with that. To be fair, because like you, Todd, I don't understand what it's actually going to do at the end of the day to whether it's going to restrict or just be normal.
Yeah, because it said, and I'm going to try to pull that up. It said it was 2 hits per second. I'll have to, let me try to pull it up.
Yeah, I got the email.
Okay. Yeah, it was on your email because it was like 2 hits per second, but then so many hits per minute. And most of the time people are like, "Oh, I'm never going to hit it that much." It's not about you. It's about all the other people that are using that same add-on with the same API. Yeah. Because an add-on is usually using the same API. Now, DJ showed you could add your own API. You use your own API. You are immune from this problem. That the problem goes away. But for majority of users are not going to add an API. That's just not going to happen.
It's like they don't have to. They don't have to. Use one in there. Use one in there, so they don't have to.
Yeah, but most people aren't going to add their own API because they're going to be like, whatever.
It's the same for the YouTube.
Well, they're not going to know they have their own API because probably half of the people don't know how to.
Exactly. All right. So this is what like you said, the email. It said 2 calls per second. All API methods, 1,000 calls for every 5 minutes. For a popular add-on, 1,000 calls in 5 minutes is not a lot. When you're talking the big add-ons, that's not a lot of calls in 5 minutes.
We've got something strange happening in the chat. YouTube chat.
Yeah, something going on there.
All right, hold on. Let me. All right, there you go. He's gone. Wait. Hide user. All right, somebody's being a dumbass.
Who's that?
All right. Sorry. Yeah, it's somebody that's just, you know how people get. They want attention.
Oh.
So I don't get that many. I think it's you guys. I don't get that many most of the time.
Hey, don't blame me.
I blame you guys.
I think it's DJ.
Yeah, it's one of you guys because I never get this issue on a normal show. It's one of you guys.
It must be me.
No, Ezzer and I are blaming DJ.
Yeah, that's fine. DJ will take it.
I've got broad shoulders.
Yeah. So it's just somebody with nothing else to do. That's cool.
It's a bit like water off a duck's back to me.
Yeah. I used to get worked up about so many things. Now I'm like, whatever. You gotta really piss in my cornflakes to get me mad nowadays. I'm like, there's so many people, and this is honest truth. There's so many people that will post about me or Blue, and you know what? I don't even care. Whatever. Obviously, you're thinking about me more than I'm thinking about you. Hey, knock yourself out. I don't care.
Got a bit of full house actually as well. 142 watching.
Yeah, we were up to 200 some at one point.
I saw 225 at one point.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And to be honest, I've gotten out of YouTube trouble or jail. I've started to be a little bit more careful, and I've basically said my show has offensive language.
Yeah.
And I went to the very top of offensive on the language part on the thing where you self-check yourself.
Yeah.
And if you if I post that I have the the really bad language, that basically has helped me out.
And the bad language is what?
I don't know.
Fuck, shit.
Yeah. And it says you have to use it. What it says is you have to use it a lot of times too. And then I told Blue, I said it was her fault because she used a lot of foul language when she started drinking a lot of wine. And I said, I think it's your fault. So now
you don't seem like that to me when I hear her.
I don't know. Hey, somebody joined and I don't even trust him. Should I pull him into the show because I don't even know who that is.
No, me.
Who is it?
Me. I don't know. Voorhees. Voorhees. Do you know who Voorhees?
Where they get the link from?
I don't know.
Voorhees.
I haven't shared the link.
All right. So we got Voorhees. So this could be the spammer that was in the show.
Could be.
No, it's not. It's your friendly Belgium guy.
Oh, it's our friendly Belgium guy.
Funster.
Hey, I was actually, after we get all the spam, I'm like, I don't even know if I'm going to invite him. I'm like, I don't know that name.
How you doing, Funster? How's it
Funster.
Great, great.
Hey,
Funster.
I just got out of the wings of my wife, and my dog is snoring. I don't know if you can hear it.
Not yet. Hey, and for the people that are watching, all right, so Funster BE does, again, we talk about a lot of the guys that work, guys, gals, work behind the scenes that do a lot of stuff for other people without rewards. Just do it. This is one of the people. This is one of those people created the icon sets for Shadow. He actually I had him create 4 or 5 APKs for me and Blue. Yeah, one of those guys, and I know he works with Asgard, works with a lot of other people. So thanks a lot for your work.
Absolutely. There's 3 of those guys right now on the panel: DJ, Ezzer, and Funster. All 3 top guys help you with anything. Absolutely.
It's very, very kind of you to say.
Yeah. Yes, thank you.
It just keeps me out of the streets and out of the pubs. It's therapy.
Yeah. It's a bit like that for me, therapy. I need mental therapy sometimes.
Yeah, it's and Funster, I actually hit him up. So he created some APKs for Blue and myself. Well, then so he created one, and I was like, I wanted different art because I wanted to give it to Blue. And then she was like, oh, I like that picture, but I really like this. And she didn't say that she wanted. So then I hit Funster up again. I'm like, hey, can you change the art so that it has this art? Because this is the picture she likes because she finds it funny. And he did. And then I was like, well, thanks for that, but can you give me one that I would put out for the public? And he's like, you're going to have to get in line because I got a lot of other work. And I said, yeah, whenever. And he created me one. But again, one of those unsung heroes, one of those people that are doing things that you've never heard, you never hear about. You don't see their name in an add-on. Just doing that phenomenal stuff that keeps all of this going.
I do mine old school. I do mine all manually when I do mine. I don't use anything to actually create it. I do it step by step when I do my Kodi for.
I actually made 2 or 3 of the last ones on my phone.
I can't imagine doing that.
I couldn't do that.
I found a keyboard that has like the arrows like on a Windows. And that's makes it a lot easier.
But it's still too damn small for me on a phone. I couldn't do it on a phone. I couldn't do it on a phone anyway because I got an Apple phone, so I don't have an Android phone. So. Upgrade. No, that ain't an upgrade. That's a downgrade. That is. My phone is for a phone. That's it. That's as far as it goes.
It's good. I see, DJ.
Yeah, I was just wondering. I just put out a Halloween theme, a small build on the same skin as you did. You mind if I share the screen?
No, share away.
Let's see. Exclusive from Funsterbe. I've seen it. It looks wicked. It looks awesome.
Very cool.
And I still don't know, what does Voorhees stand for? I mean, that's got to be something.
Jason Voorhees, the one in my picture.
Oh, Jason. So is that his last name? I didn't realize that.
I'll answer Atomic. Yeah, any time Atomic, you can. You got me in Telegram. Just chuck me a message.
Excuse me 1 second, guys.
Hey, the trick-or-treaters are there a day early. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put you full screen. There you go.
Okay.
Nice little organization there you got for your portables.
I have to.
Yeah, got a couple things going on.
So this is basically all you get. It's on the same skin as you.
Phenomenal.
The phenomenal skin. Just a different layout and a bit of tweaks.
Mm-hmm.
It's one big background. It's actually a GIF, but I slowed it down until it was like 5%, I think, from the original speed, so it wouldn't annoy people too much. It's let's see, you have widgets here that work also nice.
Hold on a second. I'm only seeing your the folder.
Oh.
You got to share actually once Kodi's open, you have to share that because all I can see is the folder. All right, so I'm gonna remove that. All right. Yeah, you got to share just that application.
Minimize it down.
There we go.
Okay.
All right, so I got you.
No.
Hey, I'm not the only one that struggles with this stuff sometimes. Especially when you're live and you're like, all right, this has got to be nice and seamless. Yeah, right.
There you go.
All right, there we go. Full screen. There we go.
Cool.
So
I seen that. You tweeted that before, didn't you, Funsterbe?
What? You
said
no,
you tweeted that, didn't you?
I just had it. I had the skin for 2 or 3 days, I think.
I think you tweeted it yesterday.
Yeah, it's in Ezzerman, Crew, Mine, and Change Wizard now at the moment. So
I seen the tweet. That looks cool.
Yeah, I don't know if it shows on the thing, but it's a small GIF. I slowed down to 5% of the original speed. Otherwise, it would be too much and people get epileptic. It's actually a very fast skin. With nice fast widgets also.
What skin is that?
Phenomenal. It's not officially on 18.
And it does have some bugs as I've been poking around. I am finding a few bugs, nothing major, but there is a few little things I'm like, that seemed to be an issue. But it works for them. It works, I'll say 98, 97, 98% works fine. But it is quick.
Yeah.
Bugs on what though?
This is also a cool feature I found. I use it 2 or 3 times in this build. You can have the submenu as a widget.
Oh, that's cool.
You see, it's the same. Here I used an add-on Slaughterhouse, specialized in horror stuff. It's from Magnetic Repo, I think. And here we got Evil Wasteland. That's also inside Death Star.
Yeah.
It's also a very good add-on if you want something special like apocalyptic fantasy horror.
And he's been around a while too.
Yeah. She was hidden inside Death Star.
Yep.
She has here the holiday movie. That's Christmas, faith-based, Eastern, Halloween. She does some great work. Actually, the maintainer also has built, and she always makes them on their phone too, but she tweaks them the way you won't see it.
So free, that's all real to bridge, non-real to bridge.
Yeah, non-real to bridge. That's the add-on free.
Now you got rid of the menu there on, like the menu is hidden.
No, it's not hidden. I can wait.
But I'm saying that like you would normally see the bar across there.
I can do it easily. You see, it's here. Use horizontal, eminent style layout I used, but here transparency.
Oh, okay. You changed the transparency.
And that's a cool thing in that skin. You see, there's a preview. You can see what you do.
Yep.
The settings. You see the black bar comes there. Now you see it go away.
Yep. Yeah, it gives you a look of which. The only thing you gotta get used to is it's right to left, not left to right,
but
like normal.
I hear someone is trying to fix that.
Yeah.
You can see the top bar here. That
exactly
comes and goes. It's nice.
And like I did the transparency for the bar, you can change the color of that.
Yeah.
So it's not so like for me when I did the horizontal, I pulled the bar where that side menu you could kind of I made the transparency like 40%. So it was a neat little feature.
Looks nice. Very nice.
Cool Halloween. And it's cool that you got that GIF background with it slowly changing.
Mm.
Here also in the sub menu, every add-on, every menu section, you can choose an actual PNG to go with it. I took always the same.
Yeah.
And then just for my wizard. That's about it, I think.
Yeah, this skin, again, it's a very cool skin. It's not perfect. There is some full issues, but to like you showed where you can put an icon for every single item when you do a menu, sub menu, regular menu. It has so many little neat features that the developer did a real good job. It wasn't officially ported to 18. It was a 17 skin that some people have done some work to get it to 18. There you go. There's where your icon. You can add the icon.
Yeah. And you can do it. It's actually really customizable from inside the settings. You can password protect. If that works, I need to check that out.
Yeah, I hadn't even messed with that one. Yeah, I saw that was in there.
Yeah, since Pen Sentry doesn't work, you can maybe password protect an XXX section or something like that.
True. Somebody asked, "What's the best RD add-on?" So, what would be the panel's thoughts on that?
When I am on my phone or on my tablet, I usually use CMan, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Very trusted.
Yeah, because also I'm not native English speaking, and the A4K subtitles, they work perfectly with CMan for Dutch sub.
I'm gonna say Asgard.
All right, so CMan, what did you say?
I said, I'm gonna say Asgard.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
But the thing is, the gents have a problem with tracked, so they can track and follow what you watch.
Yeah.
But I always do. Actually, I do this. Normally, I just do shows, and there I do my progress or next up from tracked. And that's basically all I use in a build myself.
I see Terror TK's in the house.
Yeah, TK. Yeah, TK.
Late as usual.
Yeah, it's all right. He's forgiven. So what about you, Ezzerman? So Ezzerman, for that question to you, what would if someone asked your opinion, what would be the best RD? And again, we're not knocking any other add-ons. This is strictly opinions for each person.
What would be the best what?
What would be if someone says, "Hey, what's the best RD add-on?" What would be one you would suggest?
I don't. Mine.
Well,
Nouveau.
Nothing wrong in saying your own.
Nouveau add-on is it's probably one of the best builds I've ever made, with something like, I don't know, 140 images with 120 add-ons, and add it down to 128 megabytes.
Wow.
I love that art Nouveau.
Check it out. It's on my wizard.
Oh, no, that's awesome.
There is 14 sections with between 12 and 14 images flashing between each section. And like I say, with about, all right, call it 28 add-ons, but Death Star's in there with X amount of add-ons. Yeah, I think Art Nouveau is one of the best add-ons that I've created that you're probably ever going to see.
What about you, CMan? What would be if someone was asking you?
If I was...
All right, CMan. Yeah, I was asking CMan. What would you think? I mean, again, this isn't knocking any other people's work. If someone says, "Hey, what would be the best RD or the best RD add-on?" What would you lean people towards?
I mean, I would say Asgard, and not even because I'm a part of it. Even before I became a part of it, I used it because it's so user friendly. It's just click and go.
Yeah.
And we have leaned some more towards non-debrid, but we keep up with the RD stuff daily. I mean, anything that comes out, we're on it.
Yeah.
Every day. So, I mean, that would be my personal preference anyway. I'm using METV a lot by Ezzer because I love some of the older shows. I ask him to add it and he adds it, and, that's good stuff to me. So,
yeah.
But yeah, again, just personal preference.
Yeah. What about you, DJ? If someone asked you, what would be your RD go-to?
I've got three.
That's cool.
I've got three I would sort of go to. One would be Asgard.
Yep.
Two would be Magic Dragon. Number three would be, only because I use extended info mod, number three would be Marauder, because I use that as one of the scrapers for the extended info mod.
All right.
Yeah, the thing.
Go ahead, Funster.
The thing also is with one-click add-ons, if you like, and that's harder to find. You don't have that much choice for TV shows. Like
the right one, Funds.
No, you can find the popular ones, but I tend to watch weird stuff.
Yeah, I watch some of the older stuff. That's why I use METV a lot. Good stuff.
I would say for me, Again, I like Shadow. There is some bugs in Shadow that started to crop up since I used the newest skin. It does great with RD. If you're a non-RD user, don't waste your time. I will say that Asgard in both Ghost do a very good job with the one-clicks. If you want to use those sections. If I had to go outside the box, outside of that, I would tend to lean towards. Saren used to be my go-to, but I started messing around with Crew more, and I actually started finding that they would give me quite a few links, and I liked that they got rid of the duplicate links. That was one of the things I did like that they got rid of. So those would be some of. I gave 4. So those would be if I had to say, what are the 4 that you would try to use? But those would be where I tend to stick with if I had RD.
Dabs, have you tried GoTo?
I messed around with GoTo, but I can't say I gave it a full put it on this device and mess with it, because until I put it on here and really hammer through it, because messing with it on my computer, I can't give it a honest look.
I gotta say, it's one of the top in my opinion.
That's the thing with my add-on, Todd, is that I'm in the 70s, 80s era, and I don't know how many of the population who are out there who want to watch that. But that's what I said to. So I come from the back end, and I put a post on Twitter saying, if you want to come to my add-on and watch new movies, don't bother.
Yeah. Well, I like the old black and white stuff,
because I've gone 90s and beyond.
Yeah.
And that's what my add-on is based on, basically. And I've always posted that there's 101 add-ons out there that you can get 220 new movies from.
Yes.
So I'm not that side of it, if you know what I mean, from what I do with my add-on. I'm on the left side as opposed to the right side.
Yep.
I like the older section that you do, Ezzer. Your black and white section, your Three Stooges, your Laurel and Hardy.
I try and find as much old content that I can, because I'm an old bastard.
Hey,
you ain't the only one.
You're not the only one.
And I know I get inundated with Twitter requests of people, can you add this, can you add, and it's all 1950s, 1940s, 1930s, etc., etc., etc.
That's got to be
hard. I don't mind doing that, because I know if we can keep Kodi going through right through the line, then everybody's got a choice of getting everything.
Yep.
And it's totally awesome that you actually shared all them links as well.
Absolutely.
Because you did share it. You shared
that there again, the sharing, like people don't understand how much sharing. It's like, hey, I found these links for this and that, and anybody else can use it. It's like, wow.
Well, some of the stuff is hard to come by.
Yep.
And especially when you're talking like, I don't know, 1950s, 1960s, it doesn't come naturally to be able to get them. Sometimes I've got to sit on my ass and spend an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours looking for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
It's like saying it's like time consuming, and it's all appreciated. I love the black and white section, the old section that you got.
I just wanted to tend to go to the other way, because I know there's 101 add-ons that are going to do new movies.
Yes.
So why should I do them? There's no point in me. I might as well just go to the elite on the other side and then do what I've got to do, and then let all the new add-ons come and do the 2020s, because in 2 months' time they'll be doing the 221 movies. I don't want to do that. I'll leave it up to all the other add-ons to do that.
Smart.
It's okay. You've been busy just lately as well, adding new stuff as well, haven't you? I see that you've been adding quite a bit just lately. So,
after anything out of the 1970s, 80s, 90s, I'll add. Anything out of the 20s, 21, what's the point? Because we're all doing it. Oh,
yeah. That stuff's not hard to find.
No, it's not. Precisely. But when you're trying to find something from the 1960s or the 1950s, it's hard to find. And then when you're struggling around, and it takes you probably, when someone wants to add a movie that came out 2 months ago, 2 minutes to add. For me to add something from the 1960s that is 7 series long and got 10 episodes in each series, it's a lot of find.
Yeah.
But I enjoy doing that because I know I have followers who have my add-on who want to watch that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And that's why I do it. I don't do it for any other reason.
That's my old go-to if I want to watch them. Black and white. Well, even sometimes even in colour, even the old stuff. Like I say, Joe 90 and Thunderbird, that's what I like to watch there as well. So I go watch on that quite often.
All right, hey guys, I don't mean to. I'm gonna have to cut us out because we're at 2.5 hours. So we're gonna 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. Hey, CMan, look at you! You popped your cherry on my show, and you've lasted 2.5 hours.
Hey man, enjoyed every minute of it.
All right, I'm gonna start with Funster, who was the last one here. Funster, is anything you want to close out, say before we leave the show?
Boo! It's Halloween.
We can hear your dog snoring now, Funster.
Yeah, we definitely can hear the dog snoring. Hey, what kind of dog? Wait, Funster, what kind of dog you got?
It's a Frenchie. He's like 8 or 9 months.
I was leaning towards Frenchie or a bulldog. I was thinking it's going to be one of those dogs because those dogs tend to snore a little bit more than your other breeds.
Yeah. The good thing is now I don't have to sleep with my wife anymore. Me and the dog are banned to another room, so that's great. I can stay up all night.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say, well, wait a minute. Hold on a second. So, Funster, thanks for joining the show. Ezzerman, anything you want to say before we roll out?
Thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. Anything you got coming on the horizon or any projects that you want to go out there?
No, not really. No. I've got to think about it.
Okay. All right. DJ, anything you want to say before we leave?
Just thanks for having me on the show, Todd, and thanks for showcasing Patreon EIM for me. And let's say it's there. If anybody wants to go and grab it, they can and use it. Thanks for Funster and CMan for jumping on, and Ezzer, big thanks for you, and thanks for the kind comments earlier on that you praised me. I just do what I do. I'm just me. And thanks to everybody coming to Todd's show, and everybody have a good evening. And catch on the next one.
All right. CMan, anything you want to say? Thank you for coming on.
just a big thanks for having me. Thanks to everybody on the panel, Ezzer, DJ, Funds, all great guys, all helped me in the past. And, you know, it's just the Kodi community right now. It's a lot of fun. You know, there's a lot of great people out there. So just keep on keeping on with all of it. And great show, Todd. Enjoyed every minute of it.
Thanks again for each of you guys joining me. CMan, who hit me up first, says, yeah, I can come on. And I want to thank you sincerely for coming on the show. A great fan. I hope that anybody that has content that has a build or an add-on, I don't care. You don't have to be the big guy or the thing you say, well, I'm not that popular. I don't care about that. You create some stuff, you do some work, you give to the community freely. Come on the show. Show what you've got. Just put it out there because as Ezzerman says, we're here to breed the next generation of people that are going to take it on after we walk away. And that's what we're all here to do. And that's what this show's about. That's what this platform, egos aside, I am just one guy that's been blessed to have been friends with so many smart people, so many smart people that have been there with me, that have gave me advice, that gave me help, that said, here's some code, here's this, here's that. And I ran with it. And I would hope that the videos or the builds or whatever I made, that someone says, hey, I can learn from that. That's what that's all about. I don't need the thanks. I just want to keep it going. So major thanks to Funster, who, again, a guy working behind the scenes, made numerous APKs for me. Shadow themes, new awesome things. Ezzerman, who's been an icon to keeping all this going. When Kodi was collapsing, was one of the people to say, you know what, I'll take people in, and brought people in and says, I'll host your build or I'll be a wizard for your builds. Those are the type of things, step out and say, I will help people that are not ignored by everybody. And I want to thank you. And DJ, who, again, works on numerous themes, works on all kinds of graphics, for people that does not notice. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. I had to mute Funster because I keep hearing his dog snore.
That is his dog.
I know it was his dog, and I kept hearing it. So themes, DJThemes, who's helped numerous things.
My dog is offended now.
Sorry. And again, CMan for coming on, and I want to thank Narcasist. I see.
There
too many
you go.
beers. Noir. That's it.
Let's say Noir. There you go.
Noir, who came on also. Thanks to him for coming on the show. And this show is for any builders, add-ons, whoever wants to create shit. I don't care. Come on the show. I will put your stuff out there. We'll talk about it. As long as you're not here to try to make a bunch of profit. Next week's show is going to be UK Turks. Says that he's going to release his APK on the show, or maybe Saturday morning, but he's going to come on, show the whole thing. Him and Inside for Android are going to come on the show. We're going to talk about the UK Turks APK. So any of you folks that were old school Kodi folks are going to remember UK Turks, and you're going to remember how that add-on works and the phenomenal non-debrid direct links that thing's going to have is going to be off the chain. So he's going to come on the show next week. Watch Player Pass for next week, and see, Dab's got to go back on his couple sheets here. Next week's movies is Life, the Eddie Murphy show, and My Cousin Vinny. Those are the two movies you need to watch for Player Pass. And as Alban says, there is a UFC fight, which is I loved Anderson Silva. He's past his time. Loved him to death, but I'm sorry. This is just a money grab, just trying to use his name. And that's what I feel like in that show, but whatever. So again, thanks for everyone joining. Sorry we went 2.5 hours, but this is Dab's show for what the hell. So again, thanks for joining. And